Welcome back to East Coast DNA. Today we have Ty MacEachern here from Marigold in Truro, Nova Scotia. So welcome, Ty.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate you having me on here, man.
So I noticed what you've got going on in Truro there this summer. I don't exactly know what your full role is with the
Mhm.
Marigold Centre there in Truro, but you have the office hours program running for the summer where you have quite a wide selection of artists who are performing every week. So
Yeah.
maybe you want to give the audience a little idea on who Ty MacEachern is, how you got involved with the Marigold, and then we'll just dive right into the office hours program.
Yeah, that's awesome. So basically I started just being a musician and playing and working with all sorts and types of music, all everywhere just in the industry as much as I can really. I initially got linked up with the Marigold, geez, like a while ago. I really just picked up a summer student position
Hmm.
and I've kind of worked my way into the position I sort of am right now. Just just I guess me annoying them as much as I can, constantly working there. But what I basically do now at the Marigold is I run the Office Hours Summer Series. So I book all the artists, I get in contact with all of them, I run the sound, I run all the promotion, just basically kind of the I run the show sort of thing. Just, with help from Marshall, I really can't thank Marshall Fight enough for giving me the opportunity because it's just like you really just this is a once in a lifetime, opportunity for me, and I'm just really grateful to be doing it. Super
Now,
fun.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that the people out there that you were being persistent with may have varied opinions on whether or not that was annoying, but for the audience,
Of
persistence does pay off as long as you're going about it the right way. So
course.
apparently, Ty, you obviously had enough of doing it the right way that they gave you a little bit of a leash to run with. I am curious
Yeah.
now. You've kind of alluded to it already because you said you're a musician yourself,
Mm,
and we could definitely get into that. But
of
I am
course.
curious where you wanted to talk about the office hours full program for the summer. When I'm looking at that lineup, it is quite the diverse lineup for genres. A lot of
Yes.
them are HRM based. I know that
Mm,
there's a little bit of a mixture. I know
100%.
you've definitely talked to people from your local Truro area and from Pictou County and whatnot as
Yeah.
well. But where do those contacts come from for someone such as yourself? Is it from previous experience working at Marigold or from being a musician?
It's a bit of both, honestly. Like I've connected with like for example, I'm in a band with Landon Morris who opened up the series. I've come to know of the varied names that I have on here. For example, like playing and stuff, I've run into Shadow Folk who I had earlier, and same with Very Jerry, Keith, and all those sort of bands. Same with Post Fun. I've known of those guys through being a musician, and who else have I had? I have a list
I know
kind of pulled up here, but there's
you just had Shay Pitts there last week too.
yes, Shay as well. This is mainly that's when it gets into the Marigold connection as well here. Shay was just absolutely great. Like her band was absolutely killing. Like, I mean, myself, I'm a drummer, so I can really appreciate good drummers, of course. Shay was mainly from the Marigold connection as well when it comes to that. So it's a healthy dose of both.
Yep.
Like for example, Jarl wants Wavelord, Tevin, Summer Breeze, and those were from my Marigold connection as well, on top of the connections I got as a musician.
Yeah. So Tevin and January and Adam
Yes,
and
yes,
everyone else.
they're great.
I know all those people from the podcast too. So I think that if you and I were sitting outside this podcast, we'd probably be able to keep the conversation going for hours.
Oh, 100%. Oh yeah. Oh, they're amazing. They're just
Yeah.
such great hangs. Like it was definitely like it just felt like it was what's the word? It just felt like so chill and relaxed, and it's like,
Hmm.
oh, we're doing a show, right? And the show was great. They're amazing musicians. Rappers and their beats are just absolutely amazing. And they're just great to hang out with. It's amazing.
And now, for anyone that's watching this the week that it's been released. It's also Jubilee week. So a
Yes.
quick shout out for Tevin. He's actually
Yeah.
performing at Carlton's Community Bash at the North End Rec Center in the Glasgow on the Saturday afternoon. I'm not sure what time his set is, but I know the events start at 2 o'clock. So
I think
definitely worth
he's
checking out.
yeah, of course. I think isn't he opening it? The
He
whole
may be.
event too, I think.
There's three bands that'll be playing in that afternoon, like leading up to the evening stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll definitely be on site for that one as well. So
Yeah.
now one thing that is a little different too, when people hear the Marigold, they're thinking something similar to for my Pictou County fans. We have the DeCoste Center. Like
Yes.
most communities have more of an art center, which usually lends itself, not entirely, but usually lends itself more to a listening room type environment,
Mm.
maybe a little alcohol served on the side, intermission kind of style, ushers, that whole thing, which is fine for certain acts and when you're in a certain mood. But
Mm.
as you mentioned, of more the chill, laid back kind of vibes and earlier show times, I'm thinking you probably didn't want to use the main stage there, but I'm curious about
No.
how it evolved into what you have where the office hours schedule is it always outside? It's always a smaller stage.
Uh, it's a mix of both,
Okay.
really. We originally it sort of evolved as the series went on, right? So we originally we had Adam in the office and stuff like that. That was the original concept. But then we'd also have people out on our patio space and stuff. It's really just like I kind of coined the term along the lines of it's just like, diverse genres and unusual spaces
Yeah,
sort of thing. You
I
know what
like
I
it.
mean? It kind of so we of course we threw Shadow Folk and Post Fun and Awoke and all them on the roof just because it's fun and we're able
Hmm.
to like and it got a lot of press and a lot of attention. It was super awesome and we've also thrown people like Alexander Gallant in the lobby, same with Shay and General Khan in the lobby and stuff. It's just creating like it's more or less having a vibe to like accompany the act, if you know what I mean. Like if like and Tevin on the roof as well. Tevin's whole style and stuff is just great for just going on the roof,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah.
Like all
No.
that stuff. And of course, we discuss it with the artists to make sure they have a preference with wherever they play as well. But yeah, it's really just like, just somewhere that's not on the main stage, right? Because these are, yeah, it's just that's the goal with it, just to put it in different spots, get some attention.
And now you had mentioned that this kind of started like as a summer position type thing, but I'm curious, not like at this point, will you be wrapping things up then, like in the transition between August and September, and then not revisiting it till next year, or is what's Ty doing come September?
At the moment, that's we'll be wrapping the this just I think we'll take it kind of in like it will be exclusively a summer series.
Hmm.
Myself, I study music at St. FX, so I'll be going back there, and I'll probably try and do crack a shot at programming
Hmm.
some house shows and stuff while I go and play music on top of that. Just because of this job and this opportunity, I've been wanting to kind of pursue that a lot more on top of playing a lot of music.
Amazing. And
So,
so
yeah.
now you had mentioned your band as well, but do you want to go a little bit deeper so that people can go
Of
out there and
course.
find you too?
Yes, of course. So I myself I take various work playing. I am a session guy at heart, but I have two main bands that I've been with for ages who are in the process of recording actually. So the first band I was with is a band called Gasper and we play around HRM and we mainly are based now in Antigonish. So
Hmm.
we'd be playing Pipers, Candid and eventually we've moved to like play the Rocks live and in Gus's pub and those places. And we're also working on a record which I think we have a single coming out Friday,
Okay.
which is super exciting. We've been kind of back and forth on recording for a while, so now we found something that we're really feeling good about. Um, so yeah, that's Gasper, and then the other band I'm in is Gardner, which you've interviewed before, actually,
Yes.
which is the old version. Magnus is still with us, but
Yeah.
Alistair and Nathan, they ended up moving away, so that's why they
Oh
weren't.
yeah, if anyone watches that
Mhm.
interview, like it came out during the interview that like, oh, this is not going to be
Yeah.
the lineup in a few months.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But yeah, no, Nathan and Alistair are great musicians. Like I've noticed the clips of them playing. What was it? I'm broke and Captain.
Yes.
Yes, they're amazing musicians. They're both from Antigonish area, and I actually Alistair is back in Truro, so I've been seeing him at the Office Hour show,
Okay.
catching up and stuff, which is really good. Yeah, those guys are absolutely amazing. I have nothing but love for those guys, and I'm just happy to be playing in Gardner now, which is also in the middle of recording as well. So we just got back from the road playing. We played the Cap and we played Sportsman's, and in between did a little bit of recording at Howie's Loft. That's where it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. It's just been a whirlwind experience. I absolutely love Landon, Leo, and Magnus. Those guys are amazing. And I may as well give a shout out to the Gasper guys, Sam, Hayden, and Blair, all my closest buddies and greatest musical partners. It's great.
Awesome. And
Yeah,
now on the East Coast DNA side, anybody that was following along was probably aware that I was ramping myself up for quite a busy summer where I was interviewing a lot of festival organizers and talking about multiple bands at once. So now
yeah,
I'm living that where every weekend I'm out running around. So I'm glad that you and I got a chance to talk.
of
I
course.
do want to make sure that come this fall, when you're back at St. FX and you're reestablishing all your Antigonish roots, once you get your little network of bands going again, reach out to me and let's get a new Gardner interview going. I've been meaning to
We were
catch up with
thinking about
Landon.
that. Yeah, we were thinking about that too. Once we get things rolling with the
It'd
record
be
tour, that'd
awesome.
be
And
absolutely
Gasper
great.
too. I'd love to meet
Yes,
the
of
boys.
course. Yeah, the boys are great. All those boys are great. Yeah, it'll be great. But yeah, no. On top of all that though, it's just I take session work wherever I can.
Hmm.
I since I go to X, it's mainly a jazz-based program.
Sure.
So I play a lot of straight ahead fusion and all that sort of stuff too. Any music that comes my way. It's just a blast.
Yeah, I feel like you're too far away when you're at school, but that you should be hanging around the local up in Gottingen there too.
Oh, I do. I
Yeah,
do. I
yeah.
was
It
just up there
sounds,
during the festival.
yeah.
I
Eh,
know, I know Ron. I've played with Ron before, who plays the session there, and I know of Silvio and Damien. Those
cool.
guys are great. They're absolutely killing. I was up for the sessions that were happening the
Mhm.
weekend. Were you up for the festival?
I wasn't. I know.
Oh,
I've been following what you're doing online too, and we've been in like the opposite
I
locations for
know.
overlapping festivals
It's
like the entire
crazy.
summer. So,
It's been nuts because it's like we tried to schedule it and then it's like, oh, I'm here. Oh, running a
yeah.
show like the other day. It was just like, oh, geez.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So for
Yeah.
anyone watching, we have actually been trying to do this interview since like the beginning of this year's office
Since
hours
like
schedule, and we're
yeah,
like
like June.
halfway into the summer now. So,
I know. I just did all the posts for August and everything. I've never had to post on Instagram that much. It was brutal.
oh yeah. Well, actually, that's a perfect segue because that's where I was
Yes,
going
of
to get to
course.
next is outside of what's happening in September and what you're available to do, the office hours schedule, despite the fact that we listed off a lot of great acts that have already been there this summer, there's
Yeah.
another slew of great acts that are coming for the rest of the summer. So I do want to talk a little bit about your August schedule.
Of course. I think the August schedule is ramping up to be something super special too. Like July was absolutely amazing, and now we're just following it up with even more artists. Like this Friday we have Tyler Messick, who is absolutely amazing, and then we have Matt Elliott, who's on the Saturday, and then on the 9th next weekend we have Kai Clayton, and
Mhm.
then Realize on the Saturday. This is Friday, Saturday, just so the audience knows.
Yeah.
And then on the Friday the 16th, we have Jarl, who is absolutely amazing too. I'm super pumped to hang with them. Champagne Weather on the Saturday, who I've worked with before. They did I forget who they
They've
opened
performed
for.
here. They've performed right like I can reach where they were sitting. They performed right
Oh,
here.
oh yeah, did they
Yeah.
do it? They did a thing
So
here? That's awesome.
yeah, so if you check out on the YouTube channel, there's actually a
Yeah.
performance from them right here in my apartment.
Was it
Excellent,
was it the
excellent people.
trio?
No, no, it
Yes.
was just the two.
That's awesome. They
Yeah.
have a the synth player they have with them too.
I haven't met
Absolutely.
them. Like maybe in passing, like at a festival or something, but I haven't sat down with them.
Oh, they're great. It's amazing. Yeah, I worked with them. They opened for Atlanta York in the theater
Oh, cool. Yeah.
when Atlanta York played. That's how I met Adam as well,
Yeah.
because he was playing Kit with her. And yeah, I immediately was like, yes, that would be great
Yeah.
to put in office hours. Like it's super cool with the duo thing they do on top of like a synth drone. It is like the hippest thing I've ever heard. It's really
Oh yeah,
cool. I
no,
absolutely love
I
it.
like people that are out there experimenting. It's even better when it turns out well. Like
Yes.
I'm down for the experiment regardless. But
Yes.
when it's actually like, yeah,
Yes, exactly.
it's pretty good.
That's that's why I really like January's beats and stuff too. They are just
Yes.
super out there and it's like, yes, give me more of that, right?
Yeah.
And that's another thing I was thinking of when I was doing my programming with this too. And of course, Marshall was like, "Yeah, you should do a lot of this." I'm like, "Yes, this would be great." Like, there like we have some experimental artists coming at the end of August, so but I'll keep listing off. We have
Yeah.
Keith Very Jerry on the 23rd on the Friday, and then on the Saturdays Amani Folade, which will be great. And then on the 30th, speaking of all that experimental stuff, we have Colleen Coco Collins, which is just
Cool.
phenomenal. Her sound is so cool. I absolutely love it. I'm really looking forward to having her. And it depends. We'll see where we put her, but if we put her on the roof, I'm looking forward to all the people going like, "What?
Yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
going on?" The point, right? And then to close off the series, we have Isra Fitch playing.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I've seen her a couple times as a
she's
solo,
great.
and it's been a while though. So
Yeah.
I always assume that if I haven't seen someone in a while that they're even better than last time. So
Yes. No,
that's
I 100% agree. I've had that experience with as a musician and as a programmer too. It's like
mhm.
last time I booked someone or last time I played with someone, it's like totally different, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just amazing to see that growth, right? From different acts. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, no,
But yeah.
I love seeing there's a few of the up and coming people that I'm familiar with. There's a few people that have been on the podcast, which is great.
Mhm.
I love a little bit of cross promotion. If we can all push
Of
the same
course.
people, it'll even help them even more.
Yes.
But I also like that there's a few on there that are new to me as well. So
Mm.
I'll definitely be doing a little bit of research. Any of
Yeah.
those names that happen to be watching this, they're like, "Hey, I've met Darcy before, and I was going to be on the podcast. I've just been busy. Send me an email, and Ty will tell you. If you
Yeah,
write
just
me
shoot her an
again,
email.
I'll definitely get back to you if you write me."
I'm the same way, man. I totally sympathize with that.
Oh yeah, no, it's been
I'm
a
sitting
busy
there
time.
like, oh, I ran into you. Well, oh, it's you. Yes.
Yeah,
How's it going?
excellent. And
Yeah.
now the Isra performance. What's
Yes.
the date for that one?
That'll be the 31st
Okay, so you're
of
going right
August.
through to the end of August.
Oh yeah, right through. I got
Yeah.
a gig that night too, so I'll run Izzo's show, and then I got to drive all the way back up and go play. I'm
Amazing.
doing that for a couple of these dates, so
Yeah, no, I like it. I'm definitely gonna try to get up there for
yes,
at least one, maybe a couple of these performances. Turo's not that far away. If I can find enough
yeah,
time in my schedule to get there, I'll reach out before I come up. And
100%.
for anyone else in the area, I like to promote all ages stuff, but I do know that some of our locations are in the smaller communities. It's hard to find the right crowd for
Mhm.
that. So I'm assuming that these Marigold shows are all ages because a
Yes.
lot of it you can sit outside. And is there
Oh
no
yeah.
cover for these, or is there a cover?
It's like a donation that's
Okay,
on
like a
donation. So
amazing. So
yeah, the good.
support the arts and drop a few bucks if you can afford it.
Yes, of course. The best part about this is that we are is it's really a donation to help cover the costs. We make sure all the musicians are getting treated and paid fairly because that's
Yeah,
something as a musician find it is like the most important thing. And as a
absolutely.
programmer, that's what I like to try and do with my programming as well. It's like you gotta I've had I've had far too many gigs where I get $15 and parking's 30.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, that's another really great thing that I'm super proud to be doing with this too. It's, just be good to your artists. They
And
deserve it.
for anyone that is going along there, I couldn't tell you what else is happening on those specific evenings that you have events, but you're right on the same street. Like if anybody wants to go to like Nook and Cranny or Blunt Bartender or
Exactly.
something, it's very handy by the Marigold.
Yes.
And also shout out to our friends at the Commune that's now open with their
Yes.
pop-up shop. So
That's
they
awesome.
they have their temporary location that's looking beautiful. and they've got a
Hmm.
little menu there. And I've been in a couple times. It always seems like a little chill environment for people to hang out. So definitely, if you're walking up that street, take a look at the commune as well.
Yeah.
And when's the next performance then? Do you have them this weekend?
Yes, we do have them this weekend. So yeah, on the second, that'll be this Friday, is Tyler
Okay.
Messick.
Okay.
And yeah, that
Perfect.
weekend with Tyler and Matt will be this coming weekend.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, so it's like
So
every weekend we have them
anyone
on.
that's
So
not coming down to hang out at the Jubilee with me should go to Truro. And
yes.
I mean, if you want to check out Truro on the way to Glasgow, you can do that too. But definitely make sure that you check out the Jubilee. And if you at all possible, check out Ty's shows this weekend. And
Yes,
yeah, hit me up as you're advertising for the rest of the shows this weekend. We'll share them through the East Coast DNA forums as
that'd be
well.
great. Yes,
And I definitely want to keep in touch when you get in St. FX. I got to renew my connections to the Antigonish music scene up there.
of course.
It's getting a little dated where some of the boys moved away and
Yeah, it's
people finished
crazy.
school. So
The
I got to reconnect.
Yeah, no, it's great. I guess I don't want to get off topic, but it's really good to like. There's little nuggets of stuff popping up in
Hmm.
Antigonish, which is super great to see. There's a lot of student bands
Yeah.
that are coming up, and it's like absolutely amazing to see. Like before, I before there was like it was kind of stagnant, and then I was like, oh, why don't we get some bands going here, and started a bit of that, and now it's so nice to just see more acts. Like a bunch of the first and second year students are starting stuff up. Like it's amazing.
Yeah. No,
It'll
I
be
see
amazing.
that. You see that in Halifax and stuff, but you
Yes.
don't notice it as much sometimes in the smaller communities. And definitely being around people like Landon,
Mm.
I've had my eyes open to a lot more stuff going on in my backyard. So where it's only I'm right in between Truro and Antigonish, so
Yeah.
I don't really have an excuse to not be in either one of those towns. So definitely this fall,
Of
I'm going to put a
course.
little bit more effort in when some of these festivals slow down.
Yeah, I'd love to see you come up and we can hang and check out some groups. It'd be great.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you go because it sounds like we both got busy schedules here in
Of
the
course.
tail end of July.
Oh,
But
tell me about it.
yeah, definitely for those fans out there, check out the Marigold, see who's playing when you get a chance to swing through Truro. If you're in Truro, you should just go to every one. I would assume that's what you would do,
Yeah.
but I can't make you. So check out the bands, check out these performances, and let's keep an eye out for Ty popping up with those two bands as well.
Yeah. Thanks so
Thanks again for
much.
your time, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, cheers.